Welcome to the Running Network Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Good morning, everyone. This is Gary Morgan with the Running Network here at Boyne Mountain, and we have the Director of Snow and Marketing, Ken Griffin, with us. So tell us a little bit about what's been going on up here this winter.
Well, Gary, we've had a great winter. We've had a tremendous amount of snow here at Boyne, not only here and at Boyne Highlands, but we've just had a great year. Busy weekends, great product for the people to come ski in addition to all the other activities.
Art has told me that you've had you're associated with 3 Olympians who've trained here over the years.
Yes, one of our first ski school director was Stein Erickson before he moved out west. And then after Stein, we brought in Othmar Snyder, and he was here until the mid-'70s.
And now, also in the 50s, you pioneered some things by bringing over Stein Erickson. And the addition of Stein initially gave Boyne that mystique.
That's right.
But bringing Stein over to become a part of the Boyne family required a little bit of negotiation on your part. How did you lure him over?
Well, we sold him a car, and Don Thomas knew him, met him at the Olympics, because at the Olympics in '52, there was nobody there. You know, in the ski business, the ski business was very small, and so they'd have their parties, and that's where. And then he was a salesman for me, and I was in the automobile business, in the Studebaker business. At that point, Stein came over and bought a Studebaker. When I was there, I was at the showroom, and when he delivered the car, and so then I said, why don't you come and work for us? You know, he said, I'll plan on it after the '54 World Series. World Championships, and that's the FIS. And so he won 3 gold medals. Well, what a find he was. So he came over and he worked for us because I had invited him, and he was here for 2 years. And he did his flips, and he made us famous for his style. And
well, Stein even today cuts a pretty dashing figure, and in the old photos at Boyne Mountain and films, and I'm thinking of one TV commercial where he drives a station wagon out onto the slopes. Stein was a remarkable figure, and it kind of gave Boyne some identity, and really attracted quite a large following, particularly among the ladies.
Yeah, he was a ladies' man.
Now, after Stein left, is that when Othmar came aboard?
That's right. He came in next. And he was with us for 17 years afterwards.
Now, would you consider him the founder and beginner of the Austrian?
So you might say that he was the founder of the modern technique.
And also Carrie Adgate, who grew up locally about 4 miles away on Thumb Lake Road. And Carrie is a 2-time Olympian and a 6-time national champion, who's also now our snow sports ambassador, and also directs our children's racing program, Boyne Racing.
We're here at Boyne Mountain with a great weekend of ski racing with Carrie Adgate, who's Boyne's ski ambassador, a two-time Olympian, a member of the Ski Hall of Fame, and winner of a couple of races the last couple of days. Carrie, tell us about how you've been able to keep in shape and do this for actually so many years now.
Well, you know, it's a challenge with a teenager and a soon-to-be teenager and job responsibilities. I do have to make an effort to get out and ski enough so that my main concern is skiing enough so I'm in good enough shape that I'm ready to take a fall and hopefully can prevent injury, because that's my number one sort of priority. I want to be fast, but I more want to get to the bottom in one piece.
Well, you know, Sochi is coming up, but just 11 months from now over there in Russia and the Winter Olympics. And do you see any future Olympians coming out of Boyne here to possibly be participating or being representing Boyne here in northern Michigan?
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because Kerry took over the junior racing program about 3 years ago, and that was certainly one of his goals, was to develop the next Michigan Olympian on the ski side. And just the past 2 weeks have been the Junior Olympics out west, and there have been 10 or 12 kids from the program that are either just returned within the last week with some good results. So we're certainly hopeful.
Well, you had one of your stars come out of here, Kyle Mack. So tell us about what he's been doing.
Well, Kyle Mack has trained here for a number of years. He and his family and his little brother Darren. His little brother Darren's a good rider. Both are sponsored riders. But Darren's going to be competing in the national championships. And we just got word last weekend that actually Kyle took second place on one of the national tours. Earlier this winter, he took second place in an international event in Sweden. Was actually the first person ever to throw this one trick. So we're very proud of not only the ski racers that come out, but also the freestylers and the snowboarders that come out of Boyne.
Well, that's fantastic that you got one guy, and I'm sure when you have one good person, one good athlete, many follow in wanting to be like him.
Well, you get that little bit of competition going, so they seem to keep up in the ante whenever that happens. So you're right, Gary, it certainly does.
Well, awesome. Well, we'll be looking forward to some of them possibly being in Sochi. Well, that's great. You guys have Cypress Mountain in Vancouver, and you're part of the Winter Olympics in Vancouver there.
Right. Whenever the Olympics went to Vancouver 3 years ago, we actually had all the freestyle events at Cypress Mountain, which is a Boyne property.
And that was a great success for you over there. And what's happened with the Cypress since that time?
Well, as typically the year that you have the Olympics, your traffic may be off a little bit because everybody's concerned about how busy it is. But the after effect of the Olympics is tremendous, because it's a lot of traffic and a lot of interest due to the fact that the Olympics were there.
Well, hey, we definitely appreciate all your great efforts here in the mountain, and keep skiing a big part of Michigan. This is Gary Morgan signing off with the Running Network here at Boyne Mountain.